As Mumbai battles a surge in the number of COVID-19 cases, the BMC is set to implement the Dharavi model in the 6 northern suburbs where cases have been on the rise. A massive population of 25 lakh will be screened in the coming week, the agency said, adding that rapid testing kits too will be used from Saturday to test high-risk persons. Borivali, Kandivali, Dahisar, Malad, Andheri East and Andheri West will be the targets of this exercise. The steps for elaborate screening include door-to-door screening of at least 10,000 houses per ward. Each community health volunteer will screen 100 houses equipped with a pulse oximeter and a thermal scanner. Oxygen concentrators will be moved to these wards to stabilize patients whose oxygen levels have dipped. Apart from the door-to-door screening, 50 mobile vans will be used. NGOs too have been roped in for aid in containment zones. Each ward will have 3 mobile fever clinics apart from 1 stationary fever clinic. There will also be 7 to 8 dispensaries per ward to screen patients. In 2 days, rapid testing kits to be used in hotspots, quarantine centers and containment zones.
The national capital on Wednesday witnessed a spike of 3,788 COVID-19 cases, taking the total tally to 70,390 and 64 more deaths. As many as 2,124 people have recovered in the last 24 hours. Till now, 41,437 people have recovered, while 2,365 have succumbed to the deadly disease. According to Delhi government data, 19,059 COVID-19 tests were conducted on Wednesday. In total, 4,20,707 tests have been performed so far in the national capital.
The government on Wednesday extended the deadline for filing income tax returns for the 2018-2019 fiscal by a month till July 31st, 2020. The Central Board of Direct Taxes also extended the time limit for making various investments for claiming deductions under the IT Act for the 2019-20 fiscal by a month till July 31st, 2020. The due date for filing ITR for financial year 2019-20 has already been extended till November 30th, 2020. The centre has also extended the time limit for linking biometric Aadhaar with PAN till 31st March next year.
The International Monetary Fund on Wednesday projected a sharp contraction of 4.5% for the Indian economy in 2020, citing the unprecedented coronavirus pandemic that has nearly stalled all economic activities. The IMF, however, said the country is expected to bounce back in 2021 with a robust 6% growth rate. The International Monetary Fund projected the global growth at 4.9% in 2020, which is 1.9 percentage points below the April 2020 World Economic Outlook forecast.
Commenting on the secretary-level diplomatic talk between India and China, which were held via video conferencing on Wednesday, the Ministry of External Affairs said the two sides have agreed to maintain communication both at diplomatic and military level and to resolve the existing situation peacefully. The ministry said the two sides discussed the Galwan clashes, and it was emphasized in the meeting that both sides should strictly respect and observe the line of actual control. The MEA said it was reaffirmed that both sides should sincerely implement the understanding on disengagement and de-escalation that was reached by the senior commanders on 6th June.
Apple, Cisco and Dell products are among the goods from US companies being caught up in India's border tensions with China as Indian ports hold up imports from China, a report by Reuters said on Wednesday. Though no government notice has been issued, customs officers at major Indian ports have reportedly held back containers coming from China seeking additional clearances. The move comes amid tension between India and China after border clashes last week that saw at least 20 Indian soldiers killed. The US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, a lobby group representing US firms, told India's Commerce Ministry on the 23rd of June that the lack of clarity and delays could disrupt businesses and manufacturing operations. New York, New Jersey and Connecticut have asked people traveling from 9 US states where virus cases are rising to go into self-isolation for 14 days. Anyone found breaking the quarantine could face fines of $1,000 going up to $5,000 for repeated violations. States subject to quarantine include Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Washington, and Utah. In an alarming report, the University of Washington predicted 1.8 lakh US deaths by October or 1.4 lakh if 95% of Americans wear masks. So far, the United States has recorded more than 2.3 million cases of coronavirus and more than 1.2 lakh deaths. Australia's largest airline says it plans to cut at least 6,000 jobs and keep 15,000 more workers on extended furloughs as it tries to survive the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Qantas said it would reduce costs by 15 billion Australian dollars over 3 years and raise new equity of 1.9 billion Australian dollars to help accelerate the airline's recovery. The plan includes grounding 100 planes for a year or more and immediately retiring its 6 remaining Boeing 747 planes. A region can achieve herd immunity against Covid-19 with fewer people than previously estimated, a new study said on Wednesday. The study, published in the journal Science and conducted by mathematicians from the University of Nottingham and the University of Stockholm, categorized people into separate groups based on their age and social activity levels. Their model found that the threshold percentage of population who need to be infected for the chain of transmission to be broken, known as herd immunity, was 43% and not 60% as thought earlier. The study says that herd immunity can be achieved in 2 ways: by vaccinating enough number of people, or if enough number of people are infected and develop immunity against the disease. However, experts have warned that the humanitarian and medical costs of taking the route continue to remain high, especially in a country like India.
After receiving heavy criticism for naming a metro station in Noida dedicated to the transgender community, She-Man, Noida Metro Rail Corporation has decided to rename it to Rainbow Station. The Sector 50 metro station will provide transgenders with employment opportunities. The NMRC said it wants to help the community become self-reliant and pave the way for their healthy inclusion and participation in the society. The name was chosen based on suggestions by various individuals and NGOs.